for instance, you can be like, I'm a cheetah. 12 years old. I'm a cheetah. 13 years old. And then 14-year-olds, you're like, I'm a jaguar. I'm a jaguar. I'm a jaguar. And then 15-year-olds, I'm a tiger. I'm a tiger. And then 16-year-olds, you're like, I'm a lion. I'm a lion. And then you turn 18, you're like, I'm a kitty cat. I'm a kitty cat. I need litter box. Like, I don't know how it works.
I'm drunk. In the parking lot again, staring at the reflection in the mirror again. What do?
All right, so I want to start off. All right, let's do it proper. What's good, dough?
What's good, dough?
What's good, dough? All right, so let's do my first segment on, I want to say let's do what's news, but every time we do that, it doesn't exactly work out, and it looks like I'm staring at my phone, which I kind of am.
Let me hear it.
Yeah, I hope I didn't bring this up last time, but
I'll tell you.
This is the title of the article. It's called School District Denies Litter Boxes for Students Identifying as Furries. Did we bring this up?
Nah, I didn't. I don't remember.
Okay.
That, so nope.
So let me wrap this up. Let me wrap this up on this story for what's news. Essentially, there was a school district that had students like, hey, you identify. How do you identify? Okay, so there's been the whole woke. Have you been talking about wokeness?
Oh yeah. I remember.
So our wokeness is going down because we're drinking coffee. We established that in previous episode that when you drink caffeine, it makes you less woke.
Yeah.
So as we sip this,
this nice coffee. Oh, this nice.
As we sip this nice nectar coffee, was it hazelnut with coffee?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, is our wokeness is just going pew pew pew. So, no, but for real. So there was a school who had a group of students that identified themselves as furries. So you're like saying,
wait. No. Stop right there. Wait. So a furry, like
a furry, like no. Maybe both.
I was like, because that's where I got. I was like, no, wait.
So these students identify as a furry. So a furry is like a human who thinks they're an animal. That's a furry.
So that's the terminology to that.
People take it to different extremes. Some people dress up in like costumes, like if they're a fucking mascot at a basketball game or a football game, they dress up in like a full outfit. But my whole thing
we gotta pull it up.
No, so anyways, what I'm saying is that at this school, there were kids who identified as furries or as animals. So it's like being like, I identify as wolf, so identify me as wolf and whatever. Instead of saying like, don't identify me as sir, identify me as wolf.
I'll identify as a freaking horse. I'll be known as a 5-legged horse at school.
Dang!
Bam!
Damn! No, but what I'm saying is that apparently these kids were like, identify as a furry. So some of them identified as felines, like cats. Meow.
Wow. Wait.
So guess what they wanted?
Wait. Was this a guy or a girl?
I can't say whether it was a guy or girl. The article didn't say. Okay. But it just said that they had kids at a school who identified as furries who wanted litter boxes. So there was a group of kids who were like, we're kitties. Meow. We need litter boxes.
Okay, so how would you approach that though? Like as like a school, like you don't. Do you know like a certain therapy?
Well, you don't.
I mean, obviously you can't be just like no, because they're not little kids, or are they little kids?
What do you mean you can't be no?
Well, I mean, at that point, it's psychological. Am I not wrong?
No.
Am I not wrong?
If I remember correctly, they were at
we're on the long lines of your degree right here.
No, this is definitely down the psychology degree and path.
Well, you see.
But what I'm saying is that these kids are in middle school. Remember, this article says that they're middle school students. And so my whole thing is they're like, at that age, okay, you're considered an adult at 18.
Yes.
So, in my mind, if that's the case, you can't establish your sexuality until you're 18.
Yes.
I mean, you can proclaim it all that you want. You can be like, I'm a cheetah.
You've seen.
You can be like, I'm a cheetah.
Like, time.
For instance, you can be like, I'm a cheetah. 12 years old. I'm a cheetah. 13 years old. And then 14-year-olds, you're like, I'm a jaguar. I'm a jaguar. I'm a jaguar. And then 15-year-olds, I'm a tiger. I'm a tiger. And then 16-year-olds, you're like, I'm a lion. I'm a lion. And then you turn 18, you're like, I'm a kitty cat. I'm a kitty cat. I need litter box. Like, I don't know how it works. But I'm just saying, it seems ridiculous.
See, okay, so back to my point, like, what do you do in a situation like that? As you know, like in the school or the district, like, because I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a
the
trend.
Right approach
it's like
in denying it. They took
just
the right
straight
approach
and just crushed it right there. Like,
you don't get a litter box.
Oh, and then here
you're
you go.
Talking about,
okay, so
like,
then I'm pretty sure there was a solid like whiplash where it's like, oh no, and rights and I don't know what, and like I'm not, it's nothing wrong with that, but like still like
that's a little kid.
It's
being like I
could get away with it.
I'm Superman because I wear red and blue. Like
I'm pretty sure if at one point they had to have said something.
No, we have convinced children that they can be what they aren't. It's almost like we've given children alcohol. Remember I made the point that when you drink alcohol, you gain a certain level of confidence that you shouldn't have. It's like with this wokeness, it's like you just because you're on the right side of things.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I want to say it's probably like a trend or something. Have you seen those?
A trend.
Have you seen the TikToks?
It is a trend.
Or it's like, slap a teacher and what else? There was a grip. I bet you it's something like along the lines where it's like a trend.
It's the same thing, dude. You're right, and it is a trend. It's just. But my whole thing is like they don't like how it's getting too much. It's getting too much.
What state of mind do they get where it's like, what's the new trend? How many hours does it go into it?
Well, that's what I mean. It's getting too much. And ironically, I was on the cusp of saying it, but it's getting too much of a trend. Like it's too much of like, I'm woke. We're on this cancel wave, like. They're on this wave of like, we're going to cancel everybody as quick as we can. It's like, but do you realize what you're doing? Like, do you understand that you cancel somebody, but then when they turn the mirror on you, and you're like, you can be canceled too. And it's like, wait, we're not allowed to make mistakes anymore? Oh, no, we're not. Then we're all canceled. The only answer is to cancel culture because to be honest, everybody can be canceled. Everybody.
Yeah.
Me, you, anybody can be canceled. This is to pretend like we can't be canceled is a lie. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's such a lie. It's such a lie because we can all be canceled. To be honest, in the end. If you grew up in the 90s, you're a degenerate. You're a degenerate. No, you make that face like you're not. We're all degenerates. Like we've all done something in our life that we're not proud of.
Oh yeah. I have a handful.
Everybody has a handful of moments that we're not proud of. But my whole thing is like, if you accept them, move past them, that's the point. But to be caught up in it and be like, ooh, remember when you did that? And then you just keep bringing it up. I know, the wind, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, you're like, But
they're gonna know.
are we done?
Our low budget
Are we?
production. No, we're so good.
Shut
We're-
the hell
yeah,
up.
we're good. Look, right there. Look, bam.
We have that much time left
we
over.
do. You're boring. Ah. That topic is boring. Nah,
Dude, that's it. That's
no, but
funny.
it's good though.
That's so
'Cause
funny. No, I love it. I love it. You're right. It was boring. It
wasn't because
It was
it got
boring.
my attention. Like, what goes through their like? Oh man, like I don't know what I would do if it was one of mine. Like I know what my wife would do, and she'll tell you the truth. Oh, like because we bring this up, like like. What was it? Literally, we were talking about this. Like I want to say yesterday. Oh, your daughter has a boyfriend. Oh, your daughter. Oh, I was like, psh. The day she gets a boyfriend is when she's 42. That's what I always hinted to her. Oh, you're gonna control her in this. It's not gonna control her. As long as she's living with me, 42. I'm not. No more, no less.
I could see that. I could see that.
So it's I don't know. And she says, "Oh, you wouldn't like your son if he was gay or he liked men and this and that." It's not that I wouldn't like him. I would, to me, I would want a biological grandson. If you get what I'm trying to say. Like I don't mind. Like I told her, like I'll go look past it, but where it's gonna hurt me, it's like, oh, I'm not gonna have a biological grandson on his behalf. Who knows about my other kids, you know? So that's where I draw the line, where it's like, like I said, I don't mind it, but it's just that's what I'm saying. That topic wasn't, boring. But it's just like I don't know how I would react. Like if it does happen, like. And I'm not trying to shame them or anything, but it's just like, because I have real good friends, friends that I know, family members too, that, that. But
you actually brought it a really interesting point. And I don't like to get serious, and I really don't. No, I really don't. No, I don't. Dude, you think I'm totally joking right now. I am not joking.
I don't know if I should.
This is so weird because
I don't even know if I should bring it up at this
Go ahead.
I don't even know if I should
Go ahead.
Because
I don't know what the fuck is going on right now. Go ahead.
Because my wife told me something, but I don't know if I should.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Say it.
Because she watches this. And her and her family watched it, right? And the way that you you come off of is like the smart, intelligent person.
I am not.
Because they know you as like just funny, because you bring but like when they seen you, it's like, oh, he's really educated. He probably has a degree, and I broke it down to them, like, yeah, he does have a degree, and I just kind of broke it down to them, and it's like, but he's coming off of like a real intelligent person, where it sounds like he read it before he said it.
No, I didn't. No,
it's like, okay, and he's not like that, and the same with me. Like they think we have like, like it's back there or
we
something,
don't.
or
We
we're
don't.
looking
We
at it
don't.
right here.
We don't. Okay, but I want
you.
I want you to go back to your original thought.
Okay, yes.
Do you remember what you were saying earlier?
Yes, well, I don't know what I would do if my son went that way or my daughter went that way, and I'm knocking like I did last time, and I'm going like this, but I'm not.
No, you were saying, God damn it! I hope I don't lose this train of thought, because it was awesome. So you were saying that
that I like the segment, that topic that we're. What's good though? Is it a snooze?
No, but you were, God, how did I lose it? No, how did I lose it? No, you were talking about yourself. You were talking about how...
Oh, how I wanted my a biological...
Yes, go off that. Keep going with that. Talk about that again. No, keep going.
Like I don't like to me, like if because my wife, she's okay with it. Like she doesn't mind anything if our kids go, that's the certain way where it's like, to me, where I drew the line, where it's like it's not that I'm gonna disown them or whatever. It's just I'm gonna get hurt because it's sad to say, like I have a favorite in my. And my kids, so
No. We were talking about something else besides that. You were talking about how
if that figure would
you were
not
talking
give
about
me a
being
son
or
a daughter, then I would.
No,
be her.
you were talking about the ability in the disbelief that you couldn't produce a child in your own image. Like that was
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
that
you
that
could
was
say, yeah,
no
I guess,
you were explaining to me how about having the emotional. All right, now like I said, dude, we're gonna cut a. I'm not even. How the fuck is any of this gonna be airable? This is way too serious.
I'm drunk in the parking lot again, staring at the reflection in the mirror again. What good love? What good love?
Identify as wolf.
I'll identify as a freaking horse. I'll be known as a 5-legged horse at school. Just
Dang!
bam.
Damn!